All right, so the recording has started. So Jameet and I are going to be doing our interview questions back and forth, similar to the way that Larry and Dan did theirs previously. And so this way we can kind of get things kind of squared away with some questions that we have made for each other. So I'll go ahead and get started asking Jameet questions here. So how long have you been in the print marketing field?
Well, I've been marketing for about 7 years now, and I've been in the printing industry for about 20 years, believe it or not. So a little bit, yeah, a while. So
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. When did you decide to become a print marketer?
believe it or not, it happened on a dare. You know, it was one of those things where I wanted a raise from one of my previous boss. And so he dared me to go out and get a client back that we had lost. And pretty much the rest is history. And it was between me marketing and me getting a raise. So of course I took the marketing and kept liking it. And of course B&I happened and pretty much here we are. The rest is history. So
Now, did you go to school before getting your job with the marketing company, or did you was school more of an afterthought?
I actually went to school first. I wanted to be a fashion design major, and $17,000 later, I became a graphic designer. So I received my BA in graphic design and art studio. And then as of last December or December 2021, I received my master's of science in digital marketing from NIU. So
Very nice. Very nice.
thank you.
Yeah. And as far as the products that are concerned with Minuteman Press, where do you feel like many of your clients come back regularly for? Like let's say you've got a product that is just constantly being ordered, and you see that they're utilizing that because it's a very powerful tool.
It depends on the target audience that our client is targeting and marketing to. Majority of our clients, we do tons of postcards. We do a lot of mailers, every door direct mail, and what else? Posters. We do a lot of outdoor signage. We also we have 4 shops. So of course we do screen printing, embroidery, vinyl out of our Granite City location. So it basically depends on the client and what their target audience is needing. Far as for instance, we print for Memorial Hospital. So they do a lot of paper product, brochures, magnets, posters, letterhead envelopes. So it depends on basically the client themselves. But yeah, mailers is kind of a hot thing right now. So we do a lot of mailers. Sometimes we're pumping out 10,000, 20,000 a week, depending on what the customer's need is. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Why do you think that print marketing is still maintained a pretty solid position in the marketing world with the increasing use of technology?
Well, contrary to popular belief, and I'm going to point Dan out on this, print is not dead. It's basically based on the target audience. So if you take the age group of 18 to 25, majority of that group is more digital because they're constantly on the go. They like everything right now. But if you take the business side of print and digital marketing, to the point where you're reaching out to that 25 and older crowd, majority of them will tell you that they still like to have that printed material in their hand. They like the touch of having that printed material. So it's all about who you are actually targeting to. Because in my opinion, either in digital marketing and print marketing, they both have their place in the industry. So I don't think either one of them are going to be obsolete anytime soon. So
yeah, I agree. What type of businesses are great referrals for you?
Great referrals, of course, hospitals, lawyers, warehouse facilities. We do a lot of printing for automotive dealerships, um, small organizations, non-for-profits, local municipalities. So we even take the onesie twosies, the walk-in clients that want only, just a bundle of business cards, which actually creates, positive word of mouth, because what we're trying to do is basically build relationships. And from that relationship, it builds repeat clients and builds that customer base. And they're going to create positive word of marketing when you have that positive experience with that business that you've, reached out to produce your product and your brand identity. So,
yeah, well, cool. All right, well, we've reached our halfway mark here already.
So it looks like you're up, Josh. So I'm
Yeah.
going to start with a few background questions for you. So how long have you been in the SEO and digital marketing field?
I would say working for other businesses, maybe a couple years now. I did a lot of SEO work previously for businesses that I'd owned, and I fell in love with it and wanted to keep moving forward with it. So, yeah.
Awesome. When did you decide to become an owner of an SEO business?
It was mainly whenever I decided that, like I was pretty good at what I was doing for my own businesses, and like, I need to probably start marketing these services out because I've developed a list of services that I can do, and they can be repeated. So when you can repeat a process pretty consistently, it's a great way to expand. And so, yeah.
Now, are you self-taught or do you have formal training in social media SEO? And what is your educational background?
So I went to school for computer engineering, and my very first job back in like 2007 was to actually build a website for a company, an engineering firm, and it was using old school HTML, and it was a bear. But now tools are so convenient and easy that like I can take the same sort of skills that I had then, and now it's more easily for me to replicate that. And so that's the main background of it. It's more on the technical side of things that I kind of have that expertise. And so, but yeah.
So what are your viewpoints on digital marketing and how it differs from traditional marketing?
Well, in my industry, it's my entire job to essentially make Google happy with whatever it is that people want out there on the internet. Because in the world of digital marketing, we have Google as the main search engine, and then we've got like, Facebook as one of the big social media tools that are out there. And a big part of what I do is kind of make those entities happy with the content that is out there. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What type of content creates effective digital marketing campaigns?
I made a little funny joke here, content that Google likes, right?
Oh, you did.
As AI is becoming really big and popular, Google has developed a lot of AI detection tools to determine whether or not content is real or if it's AI generated. And so there's been a lot of effort in a lot of tools that have been created to help kind of like identify things that would be flagged for AI. And so I prefer to use, real written content from real content writers as much as I can. And then I embellish on that with, different tools. And so it's, you have to be careful about what you're presenting, to search engines because they're getting really good. They're getting really smart at recognizing content that's generated, and so, yeah.
Who's your ideal client?
I would say, I've kind of grown in as far as like the clients that I've been with existing. A lot of them have said, "Hey, Josh, I want you to take this on now. I want you to take this on now." Some of my biggest clients have expanded. And so a big part of it is I'm looking for clients who can see a value in marketing, right? I struggle sometimes, where I've lost clients in the past and they really kind of didn't feel like marketing was something they needed to be doing to begin with, right? And so
Mhm.
it's like when you have that sort of attitude going into a relationship, it's very hard to kind of divert that. So honestly, I'm looking for open-minded businesses that are looking to really kind of grow, and so yeah.
What is your standard SEO strategy and how do you approach it when dealing with your customer base?
I would say a standard strategy is finding who is the best right now at doing said service. And I have a lot of tools that I use to kind of, check out what they're doing that is successful, right? Because I have a saying that I use often. It's success leaves clues, right? So
Mhm.
successful businesses, they're going to leave clues in their design and in their work, their marketing work. And I like to analyze that and then utilize that information for my clients. And
What is your stance on print versus digital marketing?
so I think they're both two different domains. Like when I think of marketing as warfare, and you've got digital marketing that has its own battlefield, and print marketing has its own battlefield. They don't generally cross, um, aside from the fact that copywriting on one side may be similar to copywriting on the other side, but they have their uses. They both do, and I don't see print marketing going out of style anytime soon. It might be something that is even more worked on when it comes to like the copyright that's being put onto that, like because you can have copyright that sends people to the digital, you know
Correct. Retargeted marketing.
yeah, oh yeah, and so it's great. And so yeah.
Do you think that print advertisement holds the attention of a consumer longer than digital marketing?
I don't know that it necessarily um, holds people's attention less or more. I feel like digital marketing, people scroll through things like really fast.
Mhm.
Whereas like if you have a piece of paper that's a print marketing material and somebody's sitting there and they get hooked in by the copy on it, it might actually survive longer than something that's digital where they just be like, whoop, oh, it's gone, it's out of my mind now, And so there's a potential that there's more um, ability for it to hold or grab somebody, and so, but yeah.
So as your sales force, what keywords should we be listening for when we're trying to refer Metro East SEO?
Any keywords are, people that are looking for a marketing person or somebody who wants a website built, somebody who wants their website redesigned. That's a big key for me because there's a lot of there's a lot of work that I can do to be able to help people, figure out what it is that's out there available to them. And so, but yeah, so I think we're coming up to the end of that way we can have questions for everybody. And so we will reconvene. And so I will shut down the recording.